was an astute observer mind, meaning that he would observe. Every time he talked again, he would be taking notes, and we're just having coffee in just eat. But he would whip out his computer and say, "Oh, what you just said is very, very interesting." And then he would flip over his computer and plagiarizing my work. Not getting any right.
Sure.
Very happy with. Anyway, I still do it for him because he's a really nice guy and has been a stalwart friend over the past 33 years. Now, his book is very interesting because his book actually addresses 4 groups of people, which, for those of you who are familiar with the work of social psychologists David Dunning and Dunning-Kruger, his book actually mirrors 4 groups of people that Dunning-Kruger talks about. See, there are 4 groups of people, and if you look at the graph, the x-axis being competence and the y-axis being self-awareness, you'll find that people who are highly competent and are highly self-aware, these are the stars, these are the strategic thinkers, these are the effective thinkers. What John's book is really about these people, and these people should buy the book because it helps them scale and multiply their effectiveness with their teams. Then there are people who are highly competent, but they don't know why they're highly competent. They're unaware. So we call these people the unconsciously competent. They are intuitively good at what they do, but they don't quite know how to put a name on it or can't really explain how they do what they do. So this is what we are. A lot of them are like workers. They have the best wanton mee or the best Hokkien mee, and you ask them, how is it to do it? It says, you just look at them, and just over the years, I just aga, and they cannot translate their cleverness and their formula into recipe. Therefore, they do not have a framework to scale. So this book is for them. Right through the whole conference, because they would be able to have a framework to be able to articulate why they are good at what they do. Then of course there are a group of people who are not very competent, but at least they know they're not very competent. Well, these people are not competent, but know that they are not competent are the learners. This is the majority of the people that should buy this book, because they will truly benefit, because the book will tell them where the gap is. See, at least you know what you don't know. Then the last group are not very competent and they don't know them. So these people need more than just the book to request. And they need more than that to help them. And the funny thing is, the bottom 25%, which are the people who are not competent and don't know that they are not competent, usually think they are very competent. That is the findings from the Kruger-Dunning effect, which is really, really interesting. So for those who don't, we hope somebody will buy the book for them, because people know what they don't know, so they won't be looking for it. So we are going through a very challenging transition. I'm glad I'm on the verge of retirement, because if I look at the landscape for working executives today, they have to deal with 2 forces which are shaping and transforming how work is being conducted. That is the advent of AI and this trend of remote working. So how do you build a team when no team is working home, which is really difficult if you are in housekeeping and work from home in housekeeping, customer service work. You need to have people together, you need to have people present. But if you try to do that, you will have no one working. Right now, the most requirement that will ask you, so how many days can I work from home if I were to join your today? Which is a euphemism of how many days which I don't have to work. Because when you're working, when you're working from home and not working, it's actually a very, it's like not working and that working. Right? So that is a serious trend. And of course, AI today is very challenging, especially for leaders, because right now Why do you need a boss? You need a boss because you need him to tell you what to do in case you don't know how to do your job. But if you really don't know how to do your job, you don't need a leader now. You just ask AI. And AI will tell you everything, just like AI wrote the script. I wrote this script on my own. So, supercharging your team is really, really important when you are kind of fighting a battle currently of trying to retain your team. Never mind supercharging it, you need to retain your team first before you supercharge your team. Maybe that's your next book, how to retain my team. Because the work being functional has become very real. But to end on an optimistic note, that it will be some time yet before we are all overrun by artificial intelligence and robots. There are certain things that artificial intelligence, even generative AI, will find it very, very hard to do. And that's all encapsulated in the book. And these things are, AI cannot give you judgment. AI cannot give you trust. Because can you trust AI? AI doesn't know what is the meaning of trust. AI is not a sentient being. AI can't give you ethics. AI can't give you courage. And AI can't give you wisdom, which I'm sure John's book has plenty of. Thank you very much.
First T is transformational leadership, the engine of T. Leaders make a difference in our lives, in our families, in our workplace, in teams. So transformational leadership, the engine of T. And then E, emotionally engaging relationships, the glue of T. And I want to say that if there's any final takeaway for each one of you when you talk about leadership, it is about emotional engagement issue. So the contrast is true. Okay, what I think most organizations that don't have great team is because leaders are not emotionally engaged. They are very functionally effective, but they are not emotionally engaged. It will never work. Third, there is A, which is life roles and responsibilities, the jigsaw of teams. You see, after you are able to engage them, you get them to be fired up, to be motivated, to go. You have to place them in the right place. You have to find the right fit. Because if they are in the wrong fit, then you are not able to get the best out of them. So, the life roles and responsibilities, the jigsaw of team. It is a jigsaw puzzle. And then finally, N, mastering systems and processes, the design of a team. In fact, if you want to move from good to great, you can have leadership, you have relationship, you have roles and responsibilities that are aligned, but finally you have to create a system where every department works synergistically. Every department becomes operationally efficient and effective. So the system must work, and it is a system that bring out the longevity of team, because you have to create system beyond people, beyond the individual. If it just depends on a single person, even like Arthur advised, it is gone, what will happen? But it is a system that can. I learned this from the great organization with Singapore Airlines. Why they have change of CEO, personnel, stewards, they continue. So this T.E.A.M are a very integral part. And if we can have all these together, I think you have the roadmap to be a great team.